the storm behind the First Airborne Division, the First Gulf War. I titled this Scales. The delicate balance of justice and injustice is played out in our everyday lives, but more so in war. When we engage our enemies with, whether in combat or otherwise, are those moments judged fairly by us? Most oftentimes during war, it is not. We have a single mission in hand, and that is to destroy our adversary without hesitation. In the very midst of our decisions, there's some aspect we have to justify within ourselves that what we are doing is justifiable. So we are able to move on with the task at hand. The injustice can creep into our consciousness if we allow ourselves to be and feel human. Every decision we make has an unknown effect of justice and injustice. These two principles are closely related but travel in different directions. Each one of us, when we encounter people, places, or things during a stressful event such as combat, every choice we make is one of justice or injustice. Our beliefs and training come into play as we move forward with the objective that was assigned to us. There has to be a certain amount of belief in what we are trained to do, whether we like it or not. War is an ugly event that carries lifetime effects. The question of morality weighs heavily on one's mind during wartime, which makes every action we take a one of justice or injustice. The time you spend in combat always plays a role in your life, no matter what's the outcome. To live every day with a vision for justice or injustice can stem from the choices we made in war. To strike a balance is a very difficult job to undertake, but it's necessary in order to maintain some peace of mind. Justice or injustice is determined in a single moment when confronted with the enemy. The fear of not making it through in one piece has a major impact on the decision of justice or injustice. Some of us rationalize what we did in combat in order to survive another day. There are many ways of dealing with making such a profound decision under this stressful event. So many factors come into play and impact our actions and the actions of others around us. In some ways, we are all affected by justices or injustices. Finding the balance of these principles in combat is a very tricky and delicate matter. Each one of us has a scale within us that usually leans one way or the other. Depending on which way the scale is tilted will influence our decisions of justice or injustice. And the next piece I have is called It's the Little Things. It's funny how life can bring us to a place where it seems to be the perfect setting. Destiny often occurs in such a subtle way that we are unaware of its effects. To try to comprehend and believe that the path we have chosen has brought us to this moment in time. Our decisions long beforehand have paved the way for unknown factors to create certain moments in our lives. Is it destiny or do we create this reality? Perhaps they're happening simultaneously. Destiny was born long before we were created and plays a major role in our existence. Inspiration or disappointment has helped propel us along this pathway we now embrace. We have encountered many choices that we have dismissed that have influenced us on the highway of life. I do not comprehend how some things come about the way they do. Perhaps I'm not supposed to know. Certain situations, circumstances, and or people we allow into our world to start a chain of events that cause a person to make and want deep and profound changes for the better. Maybe it's the little things that brings about the biggest changes throughout our path of destiny that we've created, impacting us in ways we cannot see coming, like a sudden rain shower on a hot summer's day, or perhaps a pretty smile of a very pretty and amazing woman that can inspire a man to be a better man. She is making him aware of what's important in this wonderful little thing called life, and in addition, making him realize what's needed on his path to make it the one he wants to perhaps share with that amazing woman. It's the little things along our journey that seems to be just as important as the big ones. Nothing is insignificant at this moment. I firmly believe we connect with a special person on a lot of different levels, but the one I feel is the most important is that soul connection. It's a language all of its own. It's the little things that bring us to meaningful bond. It's an adventure all by itself. The impact of the little things can be extremely powerful. We oftentimes, as human beings, desire this soul connection because of it comes a deeper level of closeness, warmth, and understanding, appreciation for and from that individual we have grabbed hold of on our journey. We take people and things for granted during the course of our destiny, but nevertheless, it's part of our decision making whether we realize it or not. Having that special connection should never be taken for granted or undervalued. It could very well be the start of something special. It's the little things about destiny that can make our journey a blissful one, but moreover, when we invest in and embrace onto another person's hopes, dreams, and passion, it enriches our own. Passion can develop from a place of similarity, harmony, and sometimes, yes, even disharmony, but make no mistake about it, it's the lubricant that helps keep the wheels turning on our journey. Passion will blossom like a beautiful rose just being born if we cultivate it in an atmosphere of devotion. We must recognize this potential. It's the little things that make it the big things, so therefore we should not ignore them. Thank you.